Hello family, before we start this intriguing story, we would like you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified once we drop new story. Also comment the time you are watching this and country you are watching from. Mommy, where are you? 7-year-old Akinlolu stood barefoot on the cold cement floor of their small living room, his voice barely a whisper. The house, once filled with laughter, now echoed with silence. A framed photo of his late mother smiled from the wall, her eyes soft, full of love. But that love was gone now, buried with her in the village graveyard just 2 weeks ago. His father, Mr. Idef, hadn't shed a single tear at the funeral. And before Akinlolu could blink, a new woman, Madam Kofo, moved into the house. She brought 2 children of her own and a heart as hard as stone. The scent of fried plantain filled the house. Akinlolu's stomach growled loudly. He tiptoed toward the kitchen where his step-siblings were eating. Plates of jollof rice, chicken, and juice lined the table. Madam Kofo laughed loudly, feeding her daughter a chicken leg. "Can I have some rice, Ma?" Akinlolu asked softly. Madam Kofo's laughter stopped. She turned to him slowly, her smile melting into a cold stare. "You want to eat? What have you done in this house today?" "I swept the compound," he said. She stepped closer. Slap. Akinlolu's cheek burned. "Next time, ask your dead mother for food," she hissed. His siblings giggled. Akinlolu walked away, fighting back tears. There was a tiny store behind the house, a dusty room that held broken tools and old furniture. Akinlolu had turned it into a secret place. He sat on a wooden box and looked at a photo of his mother he had hidden in a cloth. "Mommy, I'm hungry," he whispered, tears dripping down his chin. "I miss you." Then, something strange happened. A soft wind blew through the broken window. A sweet smell, like his mother's perfume, filled the air. When he opened his eyes, a steaming plate of rice sat in front of him. He gasped. He looked around. No one was there. He held the warm plate and whispered, "Thank you, Mommy." He licked his fingers clean and went inside. That night, he smiled for the first time in weeks. But the next morning, trouble came like a storm. "You stole food, didn't you?" Madam Kofo shouted. "No. I didn't," Akinlolu cried. "It was in the store. It just came." Slap. Slap. His lip bled. His arms trembled. "You're lying. Spirits don't cook rice." Mr. Idef stood in the corner, silent. Unbothered. Akinlolu cried that night, hugging the photo. "Mommy, help me again. Please." Rain slammed against the tin roof as lightning painted the sky white. Akinlolu sat up on his mat, shaking. His clothes were damp. Madam Kofo had poured water on him earlier for sleeping too long. But he wasn't thinking about the cold. He was thinking about the voice. It had called his name last night. Soft, sweet, familiar. Akinlolu, it came again, just outside the window. He crawled quietly from his mat and tiptoed into the little store. The photo of his mother was glowing faintly. Suddenly, the room filled with her scent, powdery, warm, like the days she used to hold him close. "I'm still with you, my son," the voice whispered. Akinlolu's eyes widened, but he wasn't afraid. He knelt and whispered, "Mommy, they beat me again. I'm so hungry. So tired." A golden light floated down from the ceiling, and a plate of hot yam and egg sauce appeared. He reached for it with shaking hands. "Thank you, Mommy," he whispered, crying. The next morning, he returned to the house with new energy. Madam Kofo narrowed her eyes. "You're not weak anymore. What are you hiding?" "I'm not hiding anything," Akinlolu said. His step-siblings cornered him outside and laughed. "You're talking to ghosts now. Are you mad?" Akinlolu ignored them. He knew what he had seen. He knew who had fed him. That day, they made him wash all the toilets in the house. When he asked for water to drink, they poured soapy water into his cup. Still, he said nothing. That night, he returned to the store. The air was calm as he entered the store again. This time, the entire room glowed. His mother's voice filled the space. They won't stop hurting you. But I will not stop protecting you. Akinlolu looked up. What should I do, Mommy? You must leave this house, she said. But not yet. Soon. I will guide you. Then, as quickly as it came, the light vanished. Outside, he could hear Madame Kofo screaming at someone. But inside the store, peace surrounded him. A few days later, Akinlolu built the courage to speak to his father. Daddy, can I live with Mama Ifeanyi? He asked, looking up with hopeful eyes. Mr. Idave didn't look at him. He was too busy counting money from his shop. Your place is here. Stop disturbing me. But they don't love me here. Mr. Idave's voice was cold. Then pray. Like your mother used to. Akinlolu felt a sharp pain in his chest, not physical, but worse. As he turned to walk away, he heard his father murmur, useless child. Later that night, a cold wind swept through the house. Mr. Idave began to shiver. He reached for his phone to call someone, but he couldn't speak. His voice was gone. When he tried to yell, nothing came out. Panicked, he stumbled outside, but he couldn't hear the wind. The world around him had gone silent. Meanwhile, in the little store, Akinlolu slept soundly for the first time in weeks. The house was unusually quiet. No shouting. No laughter from the step-siblings. No sharp voice from Madame Kofo. Akinlolu stepped into the living room and stopped. Her bag was gone. Her clothes, gone. Her children sat on the floor, confused and crying. Where's Mommy? They asked. Mr. Idave sat on the couch, face pale, eyes wide. His mouth moved, but no sound came out. He tried again. Still nothing. Akinlolu watched silently. Was this the spirits doing? That night, the children fought over a loaf of bread. There was no one to stop them. No food in the pot. No adult in charge. Akinlolu didn't fight. He went to the store again. The photo of his mother shone softly in the dark. Mommy, should I leave now? He whispered. Yes, her voice replied, as gentle as ever. Tonight, you will go. I will guide your steps. His heart raced. But where will I go? To your grandmother, Mama Ifeanyi. She is waiting. With nothing but a worn t-shirt, torn shorts, and the photo of his mother, Akinlolu stepped out into the cold night. He avoided the main road, walking through footpaths and tall grasses. His legs ached, but something kept pushing him forward. A light wind blew behind him. The moon lit his path. Owls hooted in the distance, but Akinlolu kept moving. He didn't know the way, but somehow, he wasn't lost. By dawn, he reached a small village market. His feet were swollen, and his lips dry. An old woman sitting by a food stall called out to him. Boy. Come here. Are you lost? I'm looking for Mama Ifeanyi, he said, his voice weak. The woman studied him. You mean the widow who sells okra? Yes, she lives nearby. Akinlolu's eyes lit up. I can take you there, she said kindly. When Mama Ifeanyi saw Akinlolu standing at her doorstep, she dropped the water bucket in her hands and screamed, Akin. My child. She ran to him, hugging him tightly. I prayed for this day. He cried into her chest. Her wrapper smelled like fresh soap and warm groundnuts, like home. She made him a big bowl of rice and stew. For the first time in a long time, Akinlolu ate until he was full. Then, he slept in a clean bed, hugged by safety. Back at his father's house, chaos grew. Mr. Idave still couldn't speak or hear. Doctors couldn't find anything wrong. His money began to disappear, robbery at his shop, deals falling through. The house grew cold and empty. His stepchildren were taken away by the government. And he sat alone in silence. Akinlolu stood proudly in front of his school gate, wearing a clean blue and white uniform. His backpack bounced lightly on his back as he waved goodbye to Mama Ifani. "Read well," she called after him, her face full of joy. His life had changed. No more hunger. No more beatings. No more cold nights on the floor. He had a room, a bed, warm meals, and most importantly, love. One night, after a long day at school, Akinlolu sat at the edge of his bed holding the worn photo of his mother. He smiled. "Mommy, I hope you see me now. I'm doing well." A soft breeze passed through the room, and the curtains fluttered without a sound. That night, he dreamed of her. She stood beneath a mango tree, smiling. "I've always seen you," she said. "And I always will." On his 8th birthday, Akinlolu walked to the village cemetery, holding a plate of rice and stew in his hands. He knelt by his mother's grave. "Mommy, this is for you. Thank you for never leaving me." The sun peeked through the trees, and the wind blew gently across the field. He set the food down, placed a flower beside it, and bowed his head. From a distance, Mama Ifani watched with tears in her eyes. Meanwhile, in a quiet part of the city, Mr. Idave sat in a wooden chair, staring into nothing. He still could not speak or hear. His shop had closed. His money was gone. And he was alone. Neighbors whispered. His wife ran away. His children are in a foster home. And that small boy. He disappeared. Nobody knew the full story. But Mr. Idave did. Every night, he dreamt of his late wife, standing at the foot of his bed, silent, but with fire in her eyes. Back in the village, Akinlolu walked hand in hand with Mama Ifani through the market. Vendors called out his name. "Akin. You're growing taller." He smiled, shy but happy. At home, he helped Mama cook, washed plates without being asked, and read his school books under the orange glow of a lantern. And at night, he prayed. He never stopped saying thank you. To God. To his grandmother. And to the mother who still watched from beyond. Moral lesson. No pain lasts forever, and true love, especially a mother's love, never dies. Even in death, love can protect, guide, and lead a child from darkness into light. Let us treat every child with kindness. You never know who's watching, even from the other side. Thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos like this.